Welcome to week 6, day 1, and we're going to talk about implementing the breakup. Navigating contact strategies. With a narcissist can be very challenging, okay? Especially if you need to manage your some level of communication. This is the problem that a lot of people have. They got children. So I'm going to teach you about how you can navigate this breakup when your kids are involved, but also when your kids are not involved, okay? So here's a in-depth detail on how to both do this. So let's talk about the no contact strategy. This definition of no contact strategy means completely separating yourself from all forms of communication and interaction with the narcissist. If you have nothing to say, period, to them, okay? You already did the gray rock method, so you should be able to easily go even further with just ignoring them altogether, okay? That's why the gray rock method is actually good to practice while you're there in the relationship with them, because by the time you break it off, you had already formed a level of thick skin where you don't have to worry about anything they say bothering you, because you already gotten past a lot of that already, okay? So this is often the most effective way of healing from a narcissistic relationship, is to completely have a no contact. Steps to implementing no contact: you're going to block communication channels. Block the narcissist on your phone, emails, and social media. You're going to change your phone number and your email address if necessary. I changed my phone number. That's what I did for my ex-husband. I changed my phone number. Of course, I did the blocking on social media, and then I have more than one email address. So if I don't, I even though I still have the original email address, he contacted me maybe twice after that, but then I didn't hear from him no more when I started talking about the video, sending it off to police and all that of him hitting me. He backed off. Everybody's not going to do that, so don't expect that to happen. Just understand that you have to come up with a method that's right for you and your situation. You're also going to inform mutual contacts. So let mutual friends and family members know about your decision, and make sure you let them know not to share your information with the narcissist. If they happen to run into the narcissist somewhere, tell them, don't even say, oh, she's doing fine, she is great without you. Don't do that, because that's antagonizing, and it makes the narcissist even angry that you can actually do better without them. So they want to figure out a way to make you miserable, because they're miserable. So make sure you let them know. Don't even tell them how great you're doing. And don't tell them if you are sad and crying or whatever. Tell them, don't tell that information either, because now they're gonna be boasting like, yeah, I knew she couldn't be without me. Let me go and let me go find her and let her know that she need to come on back home. No, you do not do that either. Basically, tell them you have no information on me. So if he asks, I don't know nothing. All right, it's what it is. Because the narcissist don't deserve to know anything about you. It's just what it is. So also, you want to change your routine. This is where a lot of people go wrong. A lot of victims, y'all don't understand how serious the situation is, especially when you leave. You need to change up your routine. You cannot do the same old thing over and over again, and this narcissist knows exactly what you're going to do, where you're going to be at, what time you're going to be there, how you going to make this move, what corner you're going to be at the time you're going to be there, when that light turn green, when that light turn red. No, you do not want to do that. So change up your routine. Alternate your daily routine to avoid places where the narcissists go to. Don't go to the same bars y'all used to go to. Like me and my ex-husband used to go to a particular church. I have not been back to that church since I have broken it off with him. Because I don't know if he's back in town and he just happened to be going to that church just hoping he would run into me there. Mm-mm. Especially when I know that he liked that church for whatever reason. So I could see him showing up at that church, being in town for whatever reason he chose to come back to Houston for, and go to that church just to hope that he can run into me. I don't go to that church. Just don't. I like the pastor. I watch the pastor on video on YouTube and stuff. But I'm not trying to be in the presence of that man. I don't know what he's capable of doing. Even though it's been 4 years, just don't know. You also want to set physical boundaries. So if you living with the narcissist, move out. You know you got to move out. You already done that, so it's time to do that. If you haven't done that, move out. You got to find another place to live. Sorry, it would be nice for you to keep the place, but if you keep the place, you gave that narcissist access to you anytime he wants. That's what you did. That's why when I have been with any ex-boyfriend except for the ex-husband or whatever, I move. I don't stay in the same place. I move. It's like, you know what? You can have the house. I'm the one leaving because I don't want you to know where I'm at. I know where you are, but I don't want you to know where I am. I don't want to keep the place where you can just pop up in the middle of the night and be sitting at my dinner table or sipping on some coffee or eating some ice cream, a bowl of cereal or something, talking about that I'm going to give you another chance. Like that movie, was it Divorce in the Black? I'm going to give you another chance. Boy, please. Whatever. You really, and then change the locks. Even though you change the locks, people, they might break the door down. They might break your window. Or they probably have some cameras in that house that you never even knew about, and they've been there the whole time. So it'd be wise for you to move. If you own the house, sell it and move. It ain't gonna hurt to sell that house and move. Shoot, matter of fact, me and my husband now, we just sold a house, even though, it wasn't for the narcissistic reason. What I'm trying to say, it was an easy sale. We had some people come in and renovate it, and we was able to get the exactly amount that we asked for, and we sold it within 30 days. It was that quick. The place that we live in now, we're doing the same thing to that. We're going to renovate it, and we're going to sell it, and we're going to move somewhere else. That tells me that what I'm telling you, you can do it. If you own a house and you feel like, oh, I just bought this house, man, put that house up on the market and find you another place. You need to be somewhere where the narcissist cannot find you. You need a fresh start, okay? You need a fresh start. And then also you got legal measures. So consider obtaining, again, a restraining order. Be careful with that. You need to be aware that you can provoke the anger of the narcissist. So if it's not something you actually need, you might not need to get it. But if you really need it, get extra protection for yourself and have it with you at all times and learn how to use it properly. And then the benefits of no contact, let me tell you, the benefit of no contact provides a clean break. It allows you to heal without interference. Further notice, I want to tell you about, you will be able to be at so much peace. I surely was. Yeah, I went through my withdrawals in my own mind, but I had the peace when, after he signed those papers, I had peace. And I was able to really look forward to the future without looking behind me. Where's he at? Those kind of things. So, and it also prevents future emotional manipulation and abuse when you have a clean break, when you have no contact. And it helps you to rebuild your self-esteem and your independence when you have a clean break. So let's talk about limiting contact strategies. When you have to talk to this person that you don't want to talk to, it is crucial to stick with these rules. I want you to hear this. If you have to play the message, rewind the video, do it. But you need to understand that limiting contact is necessary when Complete avoidance is not possible, such as in cases of co-parenting, shared business interests, or legal matters. Gotta talk to them, right? So here's steps to implement limiting contacts. Establish clear boundaries. You need to do that up front. It needs to be clear and you need to stick with it. I mean, like, stick it and with it. You cannot waver in this, because the minute that you waver, they still got a hook on you. All right. So define what is necessary. What is the necessary communication that you want to have with the narcissist related to your children issues, or the business issue, or the any type of legal matters or financial matters? It will probably be wise if you have a business issue and you know goodness well that this is just not it, because y'all can't work together. Then you might want to sell your part of the business or whatever. And sometimes it works out that way, sometimes it don't. It just depends. But you need to think that your health comes first. Your health matters. Your sanity matters first. Always remember that, okay? Put your health and sanity over everything. Setting boundaries for when and how communication can occur. That is important too. You can communicate through emails or parenting apps. If you did not know, there are parenting apps. What do these parenting apps do? They provide so much stuff for you. They, first off, legal recording. By you having that app and the narcissist know that you are using the app, you just gave permission, and he just gave permission to be recorded legally. So it is binding in court, so that way it can be used if he get out of line, you know? Use third parties. You can use a mediator, a lawyer, or friend to handle necessary communication. You might not want to talk to them, period. You can use somebody else to relate those messages for you. Structured communication. Use structured and neutral language. Keep communication brief. You want to also keep it neutral and free of emotions. Don't let your emotions get involved. Just stay emotional free, especially if they end up bringing another person around and trying to make you jealous. Don't show no emotions in that. Not even, oh, thank you, I'm glad you got somebody else. Nope, not even that either, okay? Because most of the time they're using that person as a pawn to get at you. And if they're doing that and they have gotten themselves in another relationship, they don't want that person. They are literally using that person. And then schedule communication. Arrange specific times for necessary interaction to avoid constant contact. Because if you tell him, hey, you only can call me on Saturdays between the hours of 2 and 4, then that's the only time they can reach you. Make sure that's the only time they can reach you. Do not answer your phone at 4:01. Do not answer your phone at 1:59. You wait until that 2 o'clock mark, 4 o'clock mark, right in there. It's the only time you can contact me. You contact me before or after, not answering. And they will learn to respect you. If you are not being consistent, then they know that they can continue to cut corners and keep trying to push you past your limits of your boundaries. Brief, you want to know, let me tell you about the benefits of limiting your contact. It reduces emotional stress. It also reduces emotional interaction with them, okay? The more you talk to them, the more emotional you become, the harder it is to start healing. So definitely, I'm going to tell you what you could do too. When you have that time when you know you're about to talk to the narcissist, and that narcissist, you know that narcissists know how to push your buttons and get under your skin, what you could do is meditate right before you talk to them. It'll put you in a good headspace. And then after you talk to them, meditate again. So you can do maybe a mindfulness practice right before, and then do an actual breathing practice after. Or you can do a breathing practice, meditation, deep breathing on body scanning before, and then do a mindfulness or body scanning or visualization right after, because that'll help center you and get you back. So center you, and then when that person gets da 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 doing all that craziness, and then you get off the phone with them, and then you get to go back into your, let me regroup and get myself together before I can go on with my day or night or whatever, or even, and never talk to the narcissist right before you go to bed. I have to say that because that's how they get in your head. You don't want to sleep on the thoughts that they say to you. So don't give them that power. And never talk to the narcissist right when you wake up. You don't want to give them that power either, because they set the tone for your day. So you talk to them somewhere in the middle of the day, so that way you already had a productive morning, and then you have a productive evening, so you can sleep well at night. See what I'm saying? And I think the best time to talk to a narcissist is probably around 1 or 2 o'clock. In between, that's why I said 2 to 4, somewhere up in there. They don't have opportunity to take your morning away from you, and they don't have an opportunity to steal your night away from you. So let's see what else we have. Okay, so we got the other benefits of limiting communication is to provide necessary communication while maintaining your boundaries. So you get to talk to them, and you also get to keep your boundaries in order. And it helps to manage shared responsibility in the control matter. So that way you don't have to worry about them controlling everything. You get to start controlling some stuff, babe. Okay, you also want to record the contact. Recording contact is very important. Why? Because it provides evidence in case of legal disputes and harassment claims. So you want to claim that he's harassing you, you got that evidence to prove it. Also, to help you keep track of the communication, how often he contacts you, how long he keeps you on the phone, those type of things. If he's not honoring your boundaries, you told him between 2 and 4, and he keeps calling you at 6. And that tells you right there, he don't care about what you said. He's literally trying to have his way. You can also use that in the court and say, hey, we said 2 and 4, and he keeps calling me at 6 o'clock. He just trying to have it his way. I don't want to talk to him, and you could take that to court and just have your lawyer take that to court and probably come up with a better plan and everything. And of course, you want support. That way, you don't have to worry about not having that support. That's what the recording will help. It will help to maintain consistent contact, and you will hear everything that's been said. They will hear everything that's been said, and nobody have to make up nothing. Because one thing about a narcissist, they like to lie a lot. Ooh, they tell a lie. They would tell a lie in a heartbeat. And it'd be so convincing because they believe their lie. That's why it'd be so convincing, because they literally believe what come out of their mouth. Knowing is not the truth. And if no one knows the truth, is your word against theirs, the narcissist usually be the one who's the people believe. And the reason why, because they always being so emotional, and they draw into people's feelings and emotions when they be lying and everything. So here's some ways to record your contacts. Write records. Anything that is written is definitely legally binding. So emails. Using emails for communication so they're recorded is perfect. Save the emails, forward them to a different email, so that way if somehow the narcissist happen to be a hacker and they go in there and want to delete your stuff, you have already sent it to a different account. They don't even know about it. Yes. So CC yourself and also forward your messages somewhere else. If you need to, you can CC a friend who can be able to be a witness, CC your lawyers, all that, okay? Say, hey, we communicating. I'm CCing my lawyer every time I send a message to him, all right? And then you also have text messages, same way, and of course journaling. Now, keeping a journal of interactions, which is you want to also notate the date, the time. You want to always do that because that is your timestamp. And the necessary contacts. You know what you can do? If you want to, you can buy a stamp that has the dates and stuff on it. And every time you talk to this person, this narcissist or whatever, you can take that stamp and stamp your journal with the date and the time, even though you can write it in with a pencil or pen. But it'd be better if you was to stamp, because with the email, it automatically have the timestamp. With the text message, it automatically have the timestamp. But if you were to take the actual stamp that you have, you can buy one, you can order one online or whatever, and have the date, the right, the correct date on there, and stamp that and use that as a timestamp as well. Then you have digital tools. Here's some digital tools you can use. Parenting apps. Now, I talked about this before, but I want to give you the actual names of the parenting apps, okay? There's two kinds that you can use that are actually legal in court. So, one of them is called Our Family Wiz, and the other one is Talking Parent. So, I don't have children by the narcissist, so I don't have to worry about that. But I did look it up just to see if there was something that could be used for you guys. And those are the two that I came up with. And you can get it from the Google Play Store, or you can get it from the iStore, the Apple Store, whatever. So with the documented communication, and it provides records that could be used in court. And that's the beautiful thing about this app. These two apps. You can pull up voice recording. Oh yeah, you can pull up, you can do FaceTime. Like if you want to do a face, if let's say for instance he wants to see his kids or whatever, and he can, instead of doing it on Zoom and all the other stuff like that, you can literally do it on that app, and it'll record all that. And if he's like, I want to talk to you, you're like, no, you don't need to talk to me. You already talked to your kid. We good. Bye. It's whatever, you know. So legal documentations. Then, I wanted to just address something because it just came to my mind. I have somebody who actually told me about this. So this one girl, I'm not gonna give her name or nothing like that. She recently had a child, and her baby daddy is a narcissist, and she went to court and everything behind him. The problem is that she's single and she lives in her own place, but every time he shows up at the house, he's always trying to force her to be with him. And I'm like, you need to get some cameras in your place, so that way you can have those cameras and put a little sign on the door saying, you know, smile, you're on camera, whatever. That way he know that he come in your home, he gotta act right. And if he don't, hey, that's on him. But have it to where it is really monitored by 911 and all that. So if you ever need to use it, you can use it. Get you a security camera. You have to do it. I'm telling you, it comes in handy. It definitely comes in handy. And let's see. You want to also have a lawyer handy that you can communicate with when possible, okay? And have them maintain some records. So you can send, it might become a little bit expensive if you have to keep contacting your lawyer constantly. That's why it's good to start using your own documentation so you can have for your lawyer and say, here you go, this is what's been going on. And they're like, oh, wow, and they go through it, be like, okay, yeah, we're going to take him to court, girl. You know what I mean? We're going to get you full custody of those children. Yeah, if you want full custody and you don't want to have to deal with, you know, him. Because some parents want to let their children have the father in their lives. And that's a different situation, though. But if he's dangerous, I wouldn't want to have the father in my kid's life. Especially if he's dangerous, okay? So, let's keep it going. So, implementing and maintaining contact. Here's some other strategies. You need to be consistent. Consistency is the key. Stick to the choices that you have chosen, okay? If it's no contact or if it's limited contact, make sure you do not waver unless it's necessary. But you have to stick with the same thing. Whatever choice you have made, it has to be that, okay? You can't be like, oh, I'm not going to be no contact, and then all of a sudden 3 months later you're talking to him again. No, you just confused the situation and him. to where he's like, wait a minute, she still want me. No, you don't want to do that. So you also want to seek support. So work with a therapist, a licensed counsel, a therapist, or even a life coach like me, or whatever. You want to seek support to maintain your results. Whatever thing that you have chosen to do, you left, you need someone to help you. I told you to get accountability partner who can actually say, hey girl, you're doing well. You've been doing well. You don't need him. You don't go back. Don't listen to him. So you need that, okay? And then if you get a licensed therapist or someone like a life coach who can point out the logic in the situation so you can really see deeper in why you shouldn't go back, that would be awesome too. And of course, you need to review everything that you've chosen to do and adjust if needed. So if you do see there's some areas where you need to adjust, then do that. So periodically review your strategies to ensure it's working for you. Adjust boundaries or methods of contact recordings if needed, or just because you know you've been doing the same thing for the longest, you might need to add something different or something like that, okay? So choosing between no contact and limited contact depends on the circumstances, your specific circumstances, also the level of necessity of ongoing communication, because it might get to, you might have teenagers and you don't have to talk to the narcissist at all. You don't even have to pretty much set, an area where you have to drop off the child or whatever. You can literally say, okay, you're going to go to your aunt's house when you need to pick up your dad. When your dad need to come and pick you up. You'll be at your grandparents' house when he come pick you up. I'm not going to be there. Those type of things, all right? And I hope this helped you. I really do. So tomorrow is going to be about, what's tomorrow? Tomorrow we're going to talk about managing practical and emotional challenges. We're going to go ahead and get into your feelings, because you definitely going to be in your feelings.